Hi, this is Ren.
This is Casey.
And this is All Walks of Film. So, American Horror Story just came out with a new trailer for their Season 7 American Horror Story Cult. And we weren't going to do anything about this.
But oh my god, you guys.
So, I already knew that there was some stuff about the 2016 election. But I wasn't expecting it to be like this.
Okay, American Horror Story is very hit or miss. I think, honestly, when you look at the series overall, it's a lot more miss than anything else. But the promotional work is always really awesome, mostly because half of it is never in the show anyway, so they can just do whatever they want. And there's usually at least a couple of really interesting ideas that they play around with. The marketing for this is ass. Listen to the new credits is A, way too fucking long, and B, the worst credit sequence they have ever had, ever. And they've always been able to do, like, really interesting, innovative new things with it until last season where they just gave up and didn't bother. But that was better than this. And then they remixed the music, so all of the, like, really creepy, suspenseful parts, you know, that are a little bit reminiscent of the, like, violin screeching in Psycho, they took all that out, and then they flattened everything, and then they brought in a little bit more emphasis on the horns, because, you know, clowns. It sounds like ass.
Yeah, they should have just gone with the music that they mixed up for Season 4, Freak Show.
Yeah,
because that was a little bit different.
It was a little bit different, but that also sounded awesome. And also they were playing around with stop motion, which was awesome. And they had really creepy, freaky imagery, which was awesome. And they had a really suspenseful way of animating it, which was awesome. And this is garbage. It's like, oh, guess what? Politician masks and clown masks and waving around and shushing. Doesn't that creep you out? Aren't you scared? But the clowns are scary, and the politicians are the clowns. You get it, you guys? You get it? Like, Jesus Christ show! Like, I know part of it is also that, like, the clown attacks were a big deal, too, and they're trying to rope it in there, but there
weren't clown attacks. There were just random people wearing clown outfits walking around at night.
Yeah, but that's what people freak the fuck out over. But, like, they're not planning, it's painfully freaking obvious, they're not planning on doing anything subtle with any of their political messaging. They're not doing anything allegorical, they're not doing anything that's gonna be too intellectual. It's just gonna be outrage culture for a full fucking season. And then, just a very shallow, fast and loose, people are scared of clowns, so scary clown sort of mentality, which that has never impressed me. But then after all of that, you have to retroactively fuck up Twisty. Fuck you guys! No! I mean, I knew they would have to at some point because Twisty was awesome the entire time he was on the show, and they killed him off at just the right moment to where, like, he couldn't be fucked up. But now that they're like, everything matches and it all fits together, cinematic universe, you guys. It's just like, oh, you have to put Twisty the Clown in there in your season about... What? God damn it!
Alright, so one of the things that I noticed when I watched the trailer was at the very beginning, it's like Donald Trump becomes president and... like, right before that, they said, what's the worst thing that could happen? Like, ever?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it follows with. And it's like, okay, you know, I get that Donald Trump is... well, I could say many things about Donald Trump, but the worst thing ever? I don't think so. I think the media is hyping him up a little too much. I think he's more incompetent than people give him credit for.
I mean, there is the whole we're the laughingstock of the world now sort of thing. Like, I literally saw a condom ad yesterday that was a cartoon of Donald Trump stuck inside a condom. It was like a Brazilian condom ad. But even trying to like get into the whole outrage culture against Donald Trump or saying Donald Trump is the worst thing ever, whatever. My problem is that you're doing it very literally and very obnoxiously. It's, sheltered, semi-privileged white liberals throwing a hissy fit in front of their TV screens, talking about, oh no, not the politician I didn't like.
And then they have Evan Peters
problem. Humping
the television.
TV.
Yeah.
I actually didn't recognize that was Evan Peters because his physicality, the way he was acting, he looked like Fred Armisen in Portlandia. Like, I literally thought that it was a Portlandia sketch for a second. I really didn't even recognize him because it was too comical.
This season looks like a Portlandia sketch.
No, Portlandia is more intelligent than that.
Yeah. So, I was really curious what the first piece of fictional entertainment was going to be about the 2016 election.
We've already had a few. This isn't the first one.
What would you say was the first one then, or like one of the first ones? Because
before the election, they were already promoting a TV show that was essentially Donald Trump winning the presidency.
Oh, they call it something else, like Nick Nolte or whatever.
I don't know. He wasn't Donald Trump by name. They did like a Mr. Garrison to it, but
Yeah.
This might be the first one that's just calling out the politicians by name, I guess, but...
Yeah, I'm surprised that this actually made it before a documentary.
Yeah, I was surprised about that, too.
And I'm sure that's down the pipeline. I know that HBO is, like, working on one. If you were sick and tired of the 2016 election, you're going to be sick and tired of it for about 4 years.
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
At least.
It's
even if he lasts 4 years and then gets thrown out of office, people are not going to shut up about it for forever.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
and I'm not saying they have to. By the way, I'm not saying that they should or that they should shut up or not pay attention or just accept that they lost because that's all bullshit. I'm just saying that like part of the reason why I don't like the look of this show is because it doesn't look like they're willing or able to actually address any of the real serious political or socioeconomic problems of this presidency. It looks like it's just going to be privileged white folk talking about how much they don't like Trump, but it's not really going to be about like the negative effects of his policies on the people who are the most vulnerable in society, people who are poor, people who are people of color, people who are immigrants, people who are LGBTQIA or anything like that. It just looks like it's going to be, Starbucks style bitching and moaning.
Well, this is American Horror Story, so I get that they're trying to be a little abstract about it, but I would say that...
They're not being abstract at all! They're not doing anything! Like, the whole concept is, oh no, the politician I didn't like won, and also scary clowns, because the clowns are the metaphor for the, impeding presidency.
Also, I heard that, like, upcoming, there's going to be a Trump rally and an Insane Clown Posse rally, and a lot of people are saying that, like, that's not a coincidence, that, like, that was actually planned. And so, I do think it's interesting that, like, Insane Clown Posse could have been, like, the inspiration for this whole thing, even outside of the whole, creepy clown stuff, because... Have you seen some of the, like, Insane Clown Posse, like, cult stuff? Like, it gets really weird. And that's, like, something interesting to, like,
I actually grew up with a friend who was one of those people, so yes.
The juggalos and the juggalettes.
Yes, I actually was friends with the juggalo.
I knew a juggalo. Well, no, a juggalette. But it was kind of weird because, like, it was like, oh, we're going to go off and do our little juggalo thing. And I was like, oh, can I tag along? Because I didn't fucking know what this was. And then it's like, no, like, you have to be like... And I was like, this sounds like a fucking cult. Which it really... Yeah. Oh, man. But, yeah, this is about as subtle as getting beaten over the head with a sledgehammer. And, like, I get that horror is meant to be, like, shocking and stuff, but, like, it just doesn't look inspired.
Yeah, that's really my issue with it. My issue isn't that they're talking about the election or that they're getting political, because in normal circumstances, I would invite that from any form of media. My problem is that it looks shallow, it looks uninspired, it looks like it doesn't have a real direction to go in, it looks boring and kind of fucking painful. I'm not even sure if I'm actually going to be able to watch the show at all. It looks like one of those things that I'm just going to have to turn off because it hurts too much.
I don't know. I might watch it and just troll the whole thing while I watch it.
There's some stuff that's so painful that it's hard to troll it just because it's too doubled down on what it's trying to do, and that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
And
they got Lena Dunham too.
Oh god. So no.
No, I'm definitely gonna watch it.
No, don't give Lena Dunham your money. Come on, dude.
I'm definitely gonna watch it just because I want to see how bad it is. I might not be able to get through the whole thing, but
I'm gonna watch at least a couple episodes, but I don't think I can make it through a season of that garbage.
It might be entertaining to see like how people freak out about this election though, and how people like claim that like the other side was like an absolute angel.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that this episode's gonna be all about, or like this program is gonna go back to Hillary's emails and using a private email address and blah blah blah. And here's the thing, like, we should definitely keep talking about the election, you know, as a society. Because there's still a lot of issues that were pertinent last year to what all happened that we need to be doing more investigation of, that we need to be doing more research on, and we need to be talking about more and demanding, like, real reform about. And this show seems like the entire antithesis of that.
Well, this is an American crime story, which I guarantee will probably be like
if they did an American crime story of the election, that would be something like, dude, I would watch the shit out of that.
I guarantee they're going to try to attempt that like in a couple of years.
Well, that would be really interesting because something a lot of people don't talk about the election is the humongous amount of fucking voter fraud and voter suppression all over the entire country on both sides.
And this is during the primaries.
Oh, no. This was during the primaries and the nationals. All year. But then also, there have been multiple lawsuits about it. If you did one that was exactly like the OG case, but it was just about like these, you know, you could sort of go around between all of these various lawsuits that are unfolding about the election, that would be phenomenal because a lot of people haven't heard about it. You could bring on a lot of real life events, shine a light on a lot of the issues that people either aren't talking about enough or don't know enough about. That would be fantastic. That would be a really like constructive way to talk about, you know, the current political climate, not this, no, she's a scared cloud.
Well, yeah, but I think this is also getting on like, oh, you know what's worse than Trump? His supporters in this whole like cult of, this will be a really interesting season. I guarantee people are going to be talking about it. I don't know if it's going to like get a lot of views because I'm sure like a lot of people are just going to like tune out and not.
Well, a lot of people aren't going to turn off the news when they're sick of listening to politics. They'll listen to politics and like a, you know, crappy whiny soap opera.
All right, so let us know what you think of American Horror Story Cult. Are you going to watch this? Are you not? Do you think that this was necessary? Do you think it's artful? Let us know in the comments below, and thanks for listening.